it's your counselor Laura. I want to talk to you about a technique for dealing with anxiety today. So a lot of us feel really anxious when we have to deliver bad news, or if we're dealing with a problem and we don't know how to handle it. Maybe a spouse is upset with us, or we don't know what job we're going to get after college, and all of the anxiety comes pouring down. So the technique I want to introduce today is called worst case, best case, realistic case. So let's say that you have found a new job and you want to deliver the news to your old employer. I've worked with a lot of people who find this really, really difficult. They get really overwhelmed with this scenario. So let's look at the worst case scenario here first. Let's get the bad over with. So you approach your employer and you say, hey, I found my dream job. And what's the worst thing they could do? They could scream and yell and throw a fit. They can't fire you, right? You've already found a new job. The worst case is probably you get yelled or screamed at, which let's talk about whether that's realistic in a little bit. Best case scenario, you say, hey boss, I found a new position. I'm giving my 2-week notice. It's my dream job. The boss says, oh, well, I've really enjoyed having you as an employee, and don't be afraid to use me as a reference if you need to in the future. Best case scenario, very happy situation. Realistic case, the boss might say, hey, I wish you would have told me. I didn't realize you were unhappy. Now I have to find somebody different. I'm not happy about this. And they might have a little mini complaint session. That's not bad. That's realistic for a boss to be disappointed and already worried about finding your replacement. So when you go through this type of exercise about a situation, it can really help you hone in on, is the worst case scenario really going to happen? Is that boss really going to yell and scream and throw things at me? Have they ever done that before? Well, no. That's assault, right? To throw things at the employee. So probably they're not really going to do that. Best case scenario, depending on your boss, they might be very happy for you and it might be a pleasant departure, but realistically, probably they're going to be upset in the moment, but they're probably not going to get very upset in front of you, the employee. But if you think through what's the worst case scenario that could happen, what's the best case scenario, and what's realistically going to happen, it can help you filter through what are unnatural worries or things that probably really aren't going to happen from what might actually happen. And then you can prepare. In fact, you could even prepare your rebuttal or your conversation for the worst case, the best case, and the realistic case scenario. But like I said, a lot of us get stuck in that, oh my goodness, all this horrible stuff is going to happen. And we just ruminate and we fixate and we can't get past that. So this is a strategy to help us move forward, have that difficult conversation, solve that difficult problem, and move on to the next phase of life. So I would love to hear your comments if you've tried the worst case, best case, realistic case scenario and how it's gone for you. Don't be afraid to leave me a comment below, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you next time. Take care.